So this is just a reminder that when you use signal phrases, you do have a little more work that you need to do. So here it tells you about credibility. Make sure that you provide credibility of the name of the author. When you are citing the author for the first time, you use their first and last name, and you provide some kind of credibility. But there's also multiple reasons or multiple ways for you to build credibility. So you could say the name of the article that the person wrote. That might build credibility. To know that they have written an article with background on a particular topic. Or actually just tell me what their background is if you have access to this. Like, are they someone that has spent most of their life or their educational career looking at this topic? Is this someone that's right in the middle of all of this? So for example, in Article 3, I might say Sean Connery, man who picks up the Lake Hiawatha on a regular basis, something like that. So if I want to build credibility there. Or just tell me any reason that the person you're citing can be trusted. So these examples here provide you decent ways that you can use signal phrases. So here, the first one here, Dr. Elizabeth Hain, who has spent her adult life researching pandas, explains that panda bears oftentimes eat plants other than bamboo. Now, I will point out that this does not have a page number, so therefore it is not a print source. I know that it's a, oh, there's my baby. I know that this is an online source. Now, you'll notice also that I have said Dr. Elizabeth Hain. Now, some students would think that that alone provides enough credibility, but that's not always going to be the case, because a doctor is anyone that has a doctorate degree. Like, is this a person who is a dentist? Because dentists have a doctorate degree. So just saying doctor is not an effective use of a signal phrase or building credibility. Instead, you would provide a little bit more credibility. Why is this doctor someone to be trusted? So you could say Dr. Elizabeth Hain, professor of biology at University of Minnesota, something like that, right? So however you provide some credibility. And frankly, I don't know if this is the most effective form of credibility, is saying that she's spent her entire adult life researching pandas. Could have been just some creepy dentist that was researching pandas. So just something to be aware of. So the second one here, so we're looking at this one now. Author of the article, Pandas Are Fun, Elizabeth Hain explains that panda bears oftentimes eat plants other than bamboo. Again, side note, this is using a page number, so that means that this is a print source. I can find this in a magazine or a journal or a newspaper, and I can find that source. So here the credibility is... My baby just wants to make sure that you can hear him. Enough, baby. The author of the article and telling me what the article's name is. Pandas Are Fun. So if this is someone that wrote that article, I would assume that they would have some credibility there. So those are two different ways to provide credibility of your author, or excuse me, in your signal phrase of the author. Also keep in mind that after you cite the person the first time, you can just use their last name moving forward. So if you said Elizabeth Hain the first time, just like that, afterwards, you don't have to provide credibility every time. You just have to use their last name. So after this one, you could say like Hain continues, because your reader already knows who they are and why they're credible. Okay? So the first time you cite their first and last name and provide credibility. After that, you just, if you're going to do an signal phrase, then what you do is just the last name. Oh my gosh, don't have kids.